So, now that my sewing machine is back in working order, I will be showing you this week how to make Bellatrix's corset and the knife sheath, carrying the all-important knife that we thought was going to do us a favor, and then when it actually did, we kind of felt bad after she threw it. I think we can all admit we kind of felt bad afterwards, even though we all hated that character for a while. But, so I'll be showing you how to make that. This is an underbust corset. And because I have no bust, it looks fairly ridiculous on me, but so I'll probably be wearing it without it when I wear this dress out, but for those of you who are appropriately proportioned, I'll show you how to make the corset. So you want to start by cutting a rectangle out of an old pair of jeans. You want it to be tall enough to go from under your bust down to your waistline, and long enough to go all the way around your waist. So then I got some fake black leather from JoAnn's, and I cut a piece that was about 1/2 an inch bigger than the denim all the way around. And then I just cut that into a bunch of sections, and then sewed the sections all back together. So just like that, and it gives it kind of that messy look that Bellatrix's corset had. So then you want to take something sharp and poke holes all the way down each of those seam lines, about 1/2 an inch apart. And then take some black yarn and a needle, and go through those holes making X's all the way down each of the seam lines. It's much easier if you poke the holes first because this stuff is not very flexible to try and run yarn through. So just here it is once I've gone across all the seam lines. And normally I would put boning in the corset, but I didn't for this one because it's an underbust corset. So then just lay your piece of denim down on the underside of the corset, and then I just sewed along the top of it, sewing the denim to the corset. Originally I was going to fold it over, but I didn't like how it looked. It was too smooth for Bellatrix, so I just left the edge raw. Because it's fake leather, it doesn't unravel. So then I just took my now beloved eyelet tool and poked a bunch of holes down each of the ends of the corset. Then I got some silver eyelets, and I pushed those through all the holes and squish them in place. So just go all the way down on each side. So you can see the eyelets on each side of the corset. So then I just took some black yarn and laced all the way down all the eyelets. Normally I would use black cording, but I ran out, so I just used yarn for this. I got a plastic knife from a second-hand shop and used that as a guide to cut a piece of 3mm craft foam. Then I cut a second one the same size. Then I took an old piece of belt, and I took some glue and glued one of the sheath pieces to that. And then I put some glue all the way around it, leaving the top open, so just around the sides and the bottom, and glued the second piece of the sheath right over that. I would normally use hot glue, but I was out of glue sticks. And so then the knife just slides in and out of that once that's dry. And so then I just sewed that to the side of the corset with the needle and thread. So then I was lucky enough to find a pair of witchy-looking boots and a second-hand shop to finish it off.
Are you a good witch or a bad witch? Avada Kedavra!
Any other stupid questions?